Welcome to today's Explainer. We are going to map out an absolutely incredible journey today. But, before we even get into the roadmap, I want to take just a second to acknowledge exactly where you might be sitting right now. The overwhelming weight of debt, the frustration of working incredibly hard but never really seeming to get ahead, that constant, just exhausting hum of financial stress. Look, it's real, it's heavy, and it literally holds so many brilliant people back. But today we are going to look at a proven roadmap to completely change that trajectory. Okay, let's dive into this. If you're feeling stuck right now, hear me out. Data from Opus Clip actually shows this is one of the most powerful ways to start a conversation because it directly names the struggle. I mean, you can't transform a reality you refuse to acknowledge, right? Your frustration is entirely valid. The system can totally feel like it's rigged against you. But today, we're going to shift our perspective from that raw frustration to a super clear, actionable plan. Section 1. The Call to Adventure. Leaving the Ordinary World. So, in comparative mythology, Joseph Campbell mapped out what he called the monomyth, basically the hero's journey. And every great story starts with a hero who has to leave their ordinary world behind. Right now, your ordinary world might be exactly that financial stress we just talked about. But stepping out of it requires a complete 180-degree shift in how we view effort. The legendary speaker Bob Proctor used to tell this amazing story about when he was cleaning floors for a living. He was working so hard, just desperately trying to get ahead, that he literally passed out on the street. And when he woke up, he realized something profound. Just working harder and longer is not the secret to wealth. Riches don't come from just grinding away. They come in response to filling definite demands, using definite principles, and, crucially, massive leverage. And this quote brilliantly illustrates the real cost of admission. Whether you're using the debt snowball method to furiously pay off lenders, or you're building a brand new business, you just have to embrace extreme short-term sacrifice. We've got to cut out the noise, stop trying to buy things just to impress people, and get incredibly focused. It usually takes a solid 18 to 24 months of relentless focus to dig yourself out of the hole. That timeline represents temporary pain for a permanent reward. And the people who actually do it, they rarely go back. They touch the hot stove once, and they're done. They happily trade a few years of extreme discipline for a lifetime of multi-generational impact. Section 2. Burning your ships. Total commitment and resilience. Think about the Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés. When he reached the New World, he actually ordered his men to burn their ships. He literally removed the option of retreat. If you want to cross the threshold into your new financial reality, you have to adopt that exact same psychological stance. The William Stanley Group identifies 3 crucial traits of modern entrepreneurs who do exactly this. Number 1, full investment. You put your time, your resources, and your energy completely on the line. Number 2, adaptability. When your back is against the wall and you literally can't retreat, you're forced to innovate and find creative solutions. And number 3, strategic risk-taking. Look, burning the ships doesn't mean being reckless. It just means taking calculated risks because you understand that bold rewards absolutely require bold moves. But hey, being bold definitely doesn't mean faking it and pretending everything is easy. The Moxie Institute points out that great leaders actually use a struggle, shift, lesson arc. They stand in front of their teams or even just look themselves in the mirror and tell the hard truth when things are bad. They admit the struggle. Vulnerability builds trust, and facing those harsh realities head-on is the exact shift that builds the credibility you need to keep moving forward. Section 3. The AI Wealth Advantage, Your Supernatural Aid in 2026. In mythology, heroes always receive a supernatural aid, some kind of tool giving them a massive edge. Well, for the modern entrepreneur, that aid is undoubtedly artificial intelligence. And get this, the projected global spend this year alone, according to Gartner, is a staggering $2.5 trillion. But here is why this actually matters to you. This technology is no longer locked away in secret corporate vaults. The barrier to entry has completely collapsed, giving everyday, ordinary people the kind of computational leverage that used to require a Wall Street zip code and an absolute army of interns. Let's look at exactly how people are monetizing this today, based on recent data from Crypto.news. These are proven methods that require almost zero coding. We're talking about using AI to 5x your output as a freelance writer, to building highly specific micro tools for recurring subscription revenue, to launching faceless YouTube channels that can scale infinitely. The leverage here is just absolutely massive. So the really crucial point here is how AI removes human weakness. Take trading, for example. Traditional human trading is completely plagued by emotional panic, anxiety, and, the annoying biological need to sleep. But contrast that with platforms like SyncQuant. They run pre-built algorithmic quantitative strategies 24/7. It executes based entirely on pure logic. It's literally the ultimate example of leveraging systems over just working harder. And when you have that kind of insane leverage, you could afford to think bigger. The entrepreneur Alex Hormozy suggests a really fascinating strategy here. Pick a goal so massive it barely even seems fathomable, like, say, making $1 million. Then simply reverse the math. If you want $1 million, you could sell something for 100 grand to just 10 people. Once you know the math, you just figure out the exact daily inputs required to make those 10 sales. You stop stressing about the massive goal, and you just execute the daily inputs. Section 4. Surviving the Disappointment Valley. The Road of Trials. So the excitement of the start always fades. It just does. And you will inevitably hit what James Clear and the experts at Alight Wellness call the plateau of latent potential. This is a long, exhausting path of tests and setbacks where you're doing all the right things, you're executing the inputs, you're putting in the hours, but the visible rewards just aren't there yet. This is the exact spot where most people falsely assume they're failing and they quit. But the growth is happening. It's just happening beneath the surface, kind of like roots growing deep before the tree ever sprouts above ground. So when you step on the scale and you don't like the number, or you look at your bank account and don't see those millions quite yet, please remember this. Real transformation is highly repetitive, and it is frequently totally invisible at first. You absolutely cannot let one discouraging metric cause you to abandon a master plan that is fundamentally sound. When your motivation completely dies in that valley, here is your highly actionable survival guide. Number 1, stop replaying the problem in your head over and over. Number 2, do not throw out the entire plan just because of one stupid setback. And number 3, simplify. Pick one small positive change and execute it for just 7 days. Momentum returns through action, not overanalysis. Every single time you take that action, you are literally casting a vote for your future identity. Final section, achieving your financial freedom, returning as the master of two worlds. The Moxie Institute teaches something called identity-based motivation. It's all about becoming the kind of person who is inherently free. Just imagine waking up on a random Tuesday morning without the crushing weight of debt hovering over every single decision you make. Imagine looking at your family, knowing for a fact that you have built systems that provide for them completely without the fear of an unpredictable future dictating your happiness. Imagine reaching the end of your career, looking back at all the risks you took and the ships you burned, without the heavy regret of wondering what you could have become if you had only tried. That right there is the ultimate boon of this journey, the absolute freedom to live on your own terms. So I leave you with this final provocative thought. In 5 years, will you wish you started today? The roadmap is literally right in front of you. The tools have never been more accessible. The only thing left to do now is take the first step.